Welcome to Tecmo Tuesday. We are back for more Tecmo Tuesday. A new season, football season. The NFL is back, and so is the Tecmoverse NFL. And we're doing the 2006. Ignore what it says up there, 2007. This is definitely the 2006 rosters I looked. 2006 Oakland Raiders season, worst season in Raiders history. Maybe aside from the very first one, that one was really bad, but they also were not a team that had existed for over 40 years. So, yeah, 06 was god-awful, and it led to the drafting of Jamarcus Russell, which was even worse. But that's neither here nor there. What I do need to point out here is, okay, it says 2007. That's not even the quirkiest thing about this ROM that I found. And this was the only one of 06 that I could find. So we're going to deal with some quirkiness. And the main thing is the divisions. What in the fuck is going on with these divisions? The explanation is that things had to be moved is because there are 28 teams in the ROM, and whoever designed this, didn't have the capabilities of making a 32-team ROM out of it. This might have been before those even existed. I'm not sure. What the timeline is as far as when the 32-team ROMs came out, but the choices that were made on some of these are bizarre. Like, okay, some of them make geographical sense to a degree. Like I'll just go through them. So Indy has been moved back to the east from the south. Tennessee, same thing. So now we've got Bills, Colts, Titans, Patriots, and Jets in the AFC East. That's fucking weird. The Colts were in the East at least, so it's not that weird when you look at just that. But the Miami Dolphins are one of 4 teams that have been scrapped out of this game entirely. That is the Miami Dolphins. That's like such an iconic franchise. I would think Texans, Jaguars, and Panthers just being the newest teams, and maybe the Browns, because technically at this point they were an expansion team coming back in '99. Which brings me to the AFC Central, or the AFC North as it was. The Browns are eliminated from this entirely to make room for the Houston Texans that get dropped into the Central. And the rest is the North as it is, and the Titans and Colts, the other Central-ish teams, got moved over to the East. Out West, it's the same, except Seahawks got moved to the NFC where they really are, and the Jaguars got put in here. What? Like that doesn't. I guess you look at everything else, it's like, okay, well, something's got to give. That one's just weird to me right there. Like, the rest of this division has always been these 4 teams, and then the Seahawks got dropped in during, the 70s, 80s, and 90s. All right, that's it is what it is. All right, on to the NFC side of things. The Cowboys got pushed out of the NFC East from their lifetime rivals over to the West to make room for the Panthers and Falcons to come out East, where, geographically, again, they make sense. But, this is such an iconic division. I could see the Cardinals. The Cardinals were moved out of this division at this point. But, Panthers and Falcons coming in, what the hell? It's goddamn weird. And then the NFC Central, we got, the South and North often, make for some weird realignments with these, but the Saints are in the Central now. The Lions, Packers, and Vikings and Bucks are still there. But the Chicago Bears are the team that's gone. They're the goddamn Chicago Bears, like the oldest NFL team, really, one of them, is not in this game, and that's a goddamn shame. And then out west, the Seahawks, Rams, and Cardinals are there where they belong, and the Cowboys are the team that comes in and replaces. They swapped out with the Falcons, basically. But the San Francisco 49ers, another iconic team, gone from this ROM. This is going to be weird. It's going to be odd. But I'm willing to embrace the oddity of this and see what happens. Maybe the game is fucked up, too. Maybe there'll be explosions and shit. I don't know. I really don't know what to make. I did a quick run, and it seems like an exhibition And I didn't even play it. I just CPU'd it, and it looked like everything was normal. We'll see how it goes when I play it, though. One thing I did have to change, sort of, is because this is a, pick one of the worst teams of all time, and try to make something out of them. I can't, in good conscience, leave Randy Moss in the lineup. He's too good. I know he didn't give a shit during this time period with the Raiders, but he's just too fucking good, and I don't want to give myself an unfair advantage by having somebody who really. So I benched him. I benched Moss. I'm going to cite it as disciplinary reasons that he doesn't want to play for us, and there's no trades in Tecmo, so fuck it. He'll only be able to go in there if everybody else gets hurt, is what it comes down to. But schedule is also weird. It doesn't even try to mirror the 2006 season from what I gathered from looking at it. We open up things against our division rival Jaguars, the long-standing Raiders-Jaguars rivalry. So we'll see how this goes. Like I said, I'm willing to embrace the weirdness of this, and I kind of have a fuck it mentality with it. I like for things to, be accurate and shit, but let's just see let's just roll the dice here with this shit. I'm trying to think if there was anything else I should have done. Maybe, I always like to give with the playbook, I like to have the first week be my my trial run with it. So I didn't even look at what I had. I might have, 2 flea flickers and, 2 play actions in my passing game. For all I know. Seabass, my favorite kicker of all time. The only kicker you'd ever hear about getting into bar fights. That I know of, anyway. I may be wrong. Alright, who do I want to... Oh, I got Warren Sapp. Who I just got... I backed up because, I don't rush the passers up the middle. Oh, they're doing this, oh, God. So, they've been going to Garage. Garage's been calling his own number. I guess they've been going to Garage is accurate. He's not the one calling the plays here. Now they run the play that I called the first 2 times. That run off a left tackle, it's not even off tackle, that's just plain outside run. Let's see. Oh, Asamoah. Nice. It wasn't a sack, but we got him down. Alright, I called the shotgun. I think that was the only shotgun that they had. Yep. Get him? Alright, we're getting the ball back. The only thing I've really noticed about the game so far has been the font. The fonts are different for with the text, and that's about it. I guess I shouldn't be expecting anything weird as far as manipulation of the game, because again, they didn't use a 32-team ROM, which means that to me it seems like it's mostly gonna be that not a lot was done with the game's mechanics anyway. So I got three runs with Lamont Jordan and 1 with Aaron Brooks, the quarterback. My other running back is nowhere to be seen. I might want to make some adjustments there. Who, Crockett, Zach Crockett. He was still on this team at that time. Everybody's covered. We'll go to Crockett. So he does get in on the action despite not having any runs. He wasn't much of a runner either. I mean, he was good in short yardage situations. Aside from the 3rd down and 1 that would have sealed the game, the tuck rule game, and the Patriots wouldn't even have gotten the ball. The game would have been over after a few kneel downs after that. In this day and age, you'd probably go for it, even if it was in the snow. Alright, 2nd and 2. I do have a play action, which I'm going to run here. Oh, they did not fall for it. Marcus Stroud, no relation to C.J. Stroud as far as I know. Well, it's good to have a scrambling quarterback, but it doesn't matter. Darryl Smith gets to me, and it's another sack. Oh, boy. Now we got him pushed back here. After the play action didn't work, a nice coverage sack, and then see if Lamar Jordan can get us into the end zone. Oh, no, he's short. I'm going to take the points. It's early. You don't want to go chasing points. You know, you miss a 2-point conversion. Then you have to go back and try another 2-point conversion to catch up with it. And then you miss both of those. You find yourself having to get a 2-point conversion just to, like, get... So your eyes are above water at that point. And to think, like, oh, all I would have needed to do is just kick a bloody extra point from the get-go. 4th quarter, of course. Going for 2 makes sense when you don't have as many possessions to need to make up for it in the first place. You know, stay in sequence is what I've heard referred to it as. I know Fred Taylor. He's gonna be tough to stop. Let's go back to set. And sure enough, I do it. Well, the weird thing was I backed up in order to not, like, you know, anticipate the possible run and avoid that block, because I can't rush the passer per my, you know, Tecmo rules. Oh, shit. Now I'm dropping Sap into coverage. Oh, shit. And thankfully, it was a drop. That was right to him, and nobody was covering him. So now 3rd and 11. I'm calling a shotgun. They are not in shotgun. Oh, they're running it. Shit, I was eyeballing the guy I was covering, and we ended up forcing a punt, so we're good. I thought that was going to drop. I thought that was going to drop right at the 1. And all those guys coming after me. Good thing that wasn't a kickoff, because that would have been a safety. Alright, here we go. We're getting some big runs here. And by big runs, I mean this particular run. I'm saying runs plural, like as if we've been getting good runs. This is the big run that we needed and asked for, and it's going to be a touchdown. What a play. Alright. I was just hoping for some yards, maybe get a 1st down. And we got into the end zone. So now this, again, another reason why I liked the field goal there early. Even though in that short yardage situation, when you're at like the 1 or 2 yard line and you go for it, if you miss, you pin them back there. And I kind of, you know, I almost think like there should be a punishment for that. Like not so much a punishment, but you know, like if you should reward the team that makes the stop. Kind of like if you miss a field goal inside the 20. The opposing team gets the ball in the 20. I think maybe it ought to be the same thing with when you go for it. Oh, shit. Even though I don't like to help out the offenses too much in my suggestions for the rules. And now it's halftime. I don't like to suggest. I don't like to suggest rules to help out the offense too much because almost every rule that gets implemented is specifically made to help the offense or hurt the defense. It's incredibly imbalanced and it gets worse every year. Last year, amazingly, the defenses were good. They've caught up, and now the rules have to be adjusted to, to help offenses keep all those fucking fantasy points up, and they have the money that's transferred through via gambling flowing. Says a fan of the team from Las Vegas. Oh boy! All right, so they've made some halftime adjustments here. We gotta get this first down. Shit! Everybody's covered. Rocket. All right, yeah, he got it. I saw he was open, but I thought there'd be enough time for him to come back and catch up to him after, the ball, because considering where he was in the field and how everybody dropped back there, it wasn't like there was a lot of separation between all the receivers and each other. So, I mean, he was like the shallowest guy too, more or less, and he was still like beyond the first down marker. But that's why I thought all the other defenders, somebody would have caught up to him because they were close enough to each other. But whatever, here we are in the red zone, and now we're about to get knocked back out of it. Well, we're still technically in the red zone. 2nd and 15, though. I don't want to, like, fuck anything up over here. Let's go to Jerry Porter. Or Jerry Porter, I should say. Yeah, definitely a different Porter. But I really wanted to get a touchdown there. And go up 2 scores. I mean, go up 3 scores. If I would have ended up settling for a field goal, it's 13-0, and 1 touchdown later, all of a sudden they're right back in the game. Just gotta bounce around different positions. Watch out for that Taylor. Oh shit, I ran right into that blocker. Fumbalalela! It's out of bounds, god damn it. It's funny is that even though it bounces, if it lands out of bounds, it comes back in. If a player catches it off of the out of bounds stripe, then they can recover it. It's weird, like, I don't know if it's a glitch in the game or if it's just the way that they decided to count fumbles. I don't know. But yeah, you can recover a ball that has been out of bounds momentarily. Doing pretty good with getting the plays called the way that they, on defense. I did not expect a run on 3rd and 15, or I think it was about 15. Just because of how desperate they are. Like, I would have gone for... It's almost the end of 3rd quarter here. I would have tried to, like, pick up at least half of that first down, and then pick up the rest of it on the next play. Oh, shit. That pass was way off target. I was going to Porter, way up on the left side of the field. I did a run because... I did a pass there because there's only 1 second left and the quarter was about to end. I wasn't going to be hurt by an incompletion. I was going to throw it in a safe spot, and it turned out that the safe spot was... the guy was wide open, and ended up going right to a defender anyway. Oh, shit. Escaped the blitz. But I should have thrown it out away. Don't get my quarterback sacked. All right, I'll let it tick, and then punt it away. Give Leckler his first time out in the field this year. My second favorite punter of all time, next to Ray Guy, of course. But Leckler was my favorite that I had watched. Ray Guy was before my time. but he was a legend, of course. During those 70s, I wish I could have watched those teams live. And those games, like, I mean, not just my team, but the games in general in the 70s and, oh, shit. And the 80s, I mean, I was around during the 80s, but I was, you know, by the time 1990 rolled around, I was only 7. I hadn't started watching football yet until 92. And it was Tecmo Super Bowl. I've told the story before, but oh shit, that guy's open. Like Tecmo Super Bowl was what got me into, you know, IRL football. And it was the Raiders in Tecmo. I mean, it was the Raiders were my uncles, both my uncles on each side. Their favorite team, both were the Raiders, and so there was an influence there. And then when I played the game and I was researched them, saw what they were all about, and I was like, this is my team. I loved everything about them. The way they played, the uniforms. We're not getting a shutout here today, obviously. And the game's not over yet either. But anyway, that's how I became a Raider fan that lives in New England. Oh shit, that's right, I took the guy away from the play, too, because I realized I was rushing the kickers too easily a few years ago. It was actually pointed out to me by a commenter. Oh, shit, I almost lost the ball. Jerry Porter, the off the bench guy, ends up becoming Johnny on the spot and saving us from a turnover. I mean, it wouldn't have been a turnover, I guess, technically. It would have been, because we had never gotten possession. But saved us from giving them the ball back with just enough time to spare. And these situations right here, these like last few minutes of the game when you're ahead, this is what having a strong running game, particularly a power running game, is important for, is draining that clock, just end the fucking game. Or score a touchdown. Lamont's got 2, and Porter's got the other one. Oh, shit. I don't like to have the kick meter go that high, because it's dangerously close to zooming all the way back around and becoming an onside kick. And I've done accidental onsides in the past. The coverage team was not very good on that last kickoff, though. We let them get out to the 20 despite kicking all the way out to the back of the end zone. I think we're going to get a sack here. Oh no, he got rid of it. And we got a pick. I was just thinking too. Like, hey, we haven't got any turnovers. Oh, I was hoping to take it all the way. Oh well, nice solid 24-7 win here to start off the season. Only threw for 90 yards, but that wasn't because Brooks was inaccurate. It was just that the ground game went as well and effective as it did. You know, didn't break any records or anything. In fact, we only punted the ball that one time. It was just like we chewed up so much clock that there wasn't much time. There wasn't much in the way of possessions for really either of us as far as racking up stats goes. But we got enough points, more than enough, and we were comfortably ahead. Once it became 17-0, it was like, okay, we're in complete control of the game now. And there weren't any, there weren't any turnovers really until the end when they were just throwing up prayers and hoping for the best. So, good, solid start to the season. Let's simulate the rest of the week. Well, you know, it's weird, and it hadn't even occurred to me that we're going to be playing the Jaguars again. There will be a rematch because they're in our division, weirdly. This is such an odd whole thing. So who we play next? San Diego. All right, so another divisional team, and let's see how. I didn't even see what their result are. We're the only two teams that won, so there will be one lone division leader, undefeated team anyway, both at the end of week 2 when we play the Chargers. Let's see how the rest of the division, the conference shakes out. Steelers and Texans are 1-0. Colts, Jets are both 1-0. In the East, in the NFC side of things, Giants, Redskins, and Panthers are 1-0. Packers, Bucks are 1-0, and then out west, you got everybody except for the Cardinals. So that will do it for week 1 here. It's good to be back. It's nice to be playing Tecmo again, and despite the weirdness of this season the way it is, I'm only 1 win away now from matching what the 2006 Raiders did all year, and that was win 2 games. So hopefully, at the very least, we won't be drafting Jamarcus Russell if we can keep pace. So that's it for this week. Thanks for watching. See you next time.